Hey everyone, my name is Robert Dunn, and this is not a podcast. I just wanted to make a video really quick to answer a question I've been getting over the years, not super often, but enough to, I don't know, make a video about it. Why not? And that is a question about a show called Criminal Minds. I had the honor of playing a role on. I played the character David Rossi. No, not that one. Yeah, that guy. Just a younger version of David Rossi, where that character would show up here and there when the writers felt it was important to see something from Rossi's past, and so we actually got to see it. To this day, I still get the question about a show that would have been based off of an episode called Nelson Sparrow.
Birds.
Spoilers, they killed off Jason Gideon, and it was really sad. It was one of the sadder episodes of the series. But in that episode, we got to see a younger Jason Gideon played by Ben Savage.
That's nice.
And it was us solving a case together, and it was the first time we got to see these characters work together and kind of see them coming up, and because they weren't the men that they are in the show yet. And that was super cool. But when the show aired, I was getting questions asking if they were going to do a spin-off show, which I thought was really interesting because I had heard the same thing. So when I would get a question, I would think, how do you know about it? Where did you come up with this idea? I'll just tell you what I know, which isn't much, but it's something. Better than nothing, I guess. I had heard rumors myself. Just people talking on set and from writers and whatnot, and nothing was obviously concrete or anything. I heard it was an idea being thrown around, and some people that worked on the show were excited about the idea. Now, whether the network would have been excited about it, I don't know. I thought the idea was just cool in general, whether I was involved or not. But either way, I thought the idea was awesome. It was really cool because Criminal Minds was a show that, you know, it had essentially two number ones. We originally had Jason Gideon on the show, and then we switched over to David Rossi. And to have like these two main characters come back and see them younger in their own show, I just thought was the coolest thing. Like, how do you even do like a trial of that? Like, could you do a limited series, and this way it's not as risky, and it's like, yeah, let's try it out, see if the fans even like it. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Who knows? I don't know if the idea was presented to the network officially. I don't know if they came in with a pitch bible and like started pitching the show. There's a million reasons why shows get made and shows don't. It just made my time on the show feel kind of bigger because my time on the show was absolutely incredible. People that work on that show are so warm welcoming. They made me feel like I had been on the show just as long as they had. It was just a very nice environment to be around.
It's the behavior that really distinguishes them.
In an environment that I would have been grateful for. Joe Mantegna is someone that I've gotten to know and I still keep in touch with today. He's someone that I could not say enough nice things about. In fact, I remember there was one day in particular where I hadn't been on the show that often, and I also, when I was on it, the main cast was rarely there because my scenes were flashbacks, so if they were filming flashback stuff only that day, obviously the main cast wouldn't be there. But there was an episode where Joe directed it. I remember sitting down at lunch by myself because the crew, they know each other for years, and I'm also fine like eating alone, but I remember Joe came in and just sat with me because I was sitting by myself and just got to know me. In a weird way, we're playing the same role on the show, and he just took time out to, usually the actors, they can like go to their trailer and have lunch, but he sat with me and we just talked. Yeah, and also working with Ben was incredible. He's such a funny dude, and I connected with him well because we both had a really dry sense of humor. But I swear after every take, we just insult each other for some reason.
You're very good. Not as good as me, but...
And it was the funniest thing. I loved it. And right away, I just felt like I had chemistry with the guy. And it just made the day go by so fast, which was kind of unfortunate because I was always sad when the day was over. And just the other people, I mean, Matthew Gray Gruber, like he's just such the chillest dude. I remember him showing up to set. He just drives on the set and he rolls out his window and he's like, good morning. He always has a smile on his face. I just remember seeing him sitting in his car with a mug, I think it was coffee, a mug of coffee driving. There's no lid. The guy had a mug. I would be full of anxiety drinking a mug of coffee, an open mug of coffee while I'm driving. He must have the smoothest car on the planet. I just thought that was hilarious because it just added to his vibe of just how relaxed he was. He's so relaxed, he doesn't even get anxiety with a open mug of coffee in his car. So yeah, I mean, I could go on and make this video go on forever, but I just wanted to touch upon that question. Sorry if it's not enough information. You know, I don't really have the super inside scoop. Again, I was just a guy who was honored to be on set and to play this role for as long as I did. I'm just talking to you as a fan. So I hope that is kind of an answer. If anyone has any questions, of course I'd love to answer them, especially if it's just about my time on set. That I could talk about the most. Everything else is just my opinion on stuff. And if you're a fan, I'd say continue watching the show Criminal Minds Evolution, because I could not be happier for them that the show is still going. It could have happened to nicer people. But yeah, that's about it. Bye.